In the past, I have made a few videos discussing the C8 Z06, and usually the comments are filled with everyone concerned about the markups. If you don't know what I mean by markups, let me explain. With the C8 Corvette demand far exceeding the supply GM is able to produce, as well as other factors, this has led to the prices of the C8 ballooning. It is not uncommon for dealerships to have a used C8 Corvette that is well over $20,000 above MSRP. Also, even some who ordered their car through the dealers would have to pay a $5,000 to $10,000 upcharge for the car. Many have feared the same fate for the recently unveiled C8 Z06. Fortunately, there is good news, and you may not have to worry about this after all. My name is Max, and today we discuss what was reportedly a message sent to dealers from a GM higher up. Let's have a look at what was said and what this might mean for both the base Stingray and the new Z06. Before I do go ahead and get started, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, as it does go a long way, especially for a smaller channel like mine. Moving on, the person responsible for writing this letter is GM North American President Steve Carlisle. The letter starts out with, quote, "We are all very excited about the recent GM news and product launches, including the Chevrolet Corvette Z06, Chevrolet Silverado EV, GMC Hummer EVs, GMC Sierra EV, and Cadillac Lyriq." Then he says, quote, "It has come to our attention that some dealerships have attempted to demand money above and beyond the reservation amounts set in GM's program rules and or have requested customers to pay sums far in excess of MSRP in order to purchase or lease a vehicle." He goes on to say that these tactics, quote, "puts our collective interests at risk and generates negative press that reflect poorly on GM's brands and your dealerships." Following this, he would continue to mention that unethical practices are a bad look. Here's where it gets interesting. It says, quote, "GM will be forced to take action if it learns of any unethical sales practices or brokering activities that undermine the integrity that customers expect from the Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac brands." Recently, according to Motor One, they say GM has confirmed the authenticity of the letter. What GM is going through as far as markups and failure to produce enough vehicles is not uncommon among the industry. There is a worldwide chip shortage, and marking up available vehicles is not just a General Motors thing. However, this letter is a good sign for just about everyone except dealers and those who only placed a Z06 deposit for resale purposes. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Z06. My guess is that there will be a higher percentage of legitimate buyers for the Z06 than there were for the Stingray. The threat of being stuck with a car that holds no additional value beyond MSRP should be enough to deter some. Also, it likely means that if you placed a deposit and were in fear of a potential upcharge later down the road, you don't need to worry about that anymore. I am curious to know if dealers will still buy back Z06s above MSRP and then sell them for even higher, because that is partially what inflated the market in the first place for the base Stingray. With GM's new quote-unquote threat, I wonder if dealers will even bother to try and make a quick profit this way. As far as the Stingray goes, I believe the effect is a little more obvious. I'm assuming this quote-unquote rule applies to the base Corvette as well. That means we should see zero dealers charging above MSRP on a vehicle that was ordered through them. Also, the Z06 pricing being lower than expected will only keep the prices down of the base car. It is clear that GM as a company values their reputation over the short-term profits of individual dealerships. I would hope that was the case all along, but finally it seems there is a real leadership. Also, GM confirming that this was a legitimate letter shows that they want the consumers and potential consumers of the Corvette to know they are trying to take control of the situation and deliver the best experience possible for buyers, even in this difficult time. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this letter and the impacts you think it may have on the Corvette market. Also, make sure to like and subscribe for more C8 content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.